not right. I'm on tomorrow's. Okay. Today's stuff. Here we go. A quick review of what you did on Friday. Okay, it says write an equation in slope-intercept form, and it goes through this point with a slope of -5. There, now you can see it all. All right, the first thing I have to do is write the equation. All right, I'm going to write it if I'm given a point and a slope. Does everybody see that that's what we're given? Point and slope. Then I write it in point slope form. What in the world is point slope form? This is. Okay, now I'm going to plug in my x and my y and my slope. So it's y minus, what's my y value they give me? -8. What happens when it's minus and negative? Yeah, we change it. Equals our slope. What's our slope? And then it's x minus, what's my x value they gave me? -1, so we end up putting +1. Okay, now, I see that answer. I do. But it says, write the equation in slope-intercept. That means y equals mx plus b. So, this is slope-intercept. What do I do to go from this to y equals?
You multiply inside of it.
Yep, multiply by -5 and then move our 8. Okay, so I'm going to write this down. Multiply by -5
-5x.
and then -5. Okay, then we said move our 8, so I'll subtract 8. It goes with that one right here. Y equals -5x minus 13. Now, that is my answer. It's B. Is everybody okay with that? Kind of? We're remembering this? This is the same thing we're doing today, y'all. If you can do this right here, then you can do all of today's stuff and all of tomorrow's. Okay?
Yay.
And then Wednesday and Thursday, I mean, it's an extra step, but this is it. Like, this is what we'll be doing. Wednesday and Thursday are just review days. Friday is the test. If you are not here Friday because of homecoming, not because we're just skipping, or I don't know the rule, whatever the rule is, but don't you just be
We'll
like,
be here because we have pep rally that morning.
okay, yeah, and it, so I think some people have to be here for so many hours or whatever. Test is Friday. Unless there is an excused reason, then you can do it. I would definitely don't wait until after break to do it. Okay, so, all right, do y'all need one more of those, or are we okay? We're okay? One more? No? Okay, I think we're okay. Anyway, like I said, though, we're about to just do some that are similar. I'm adding something to it. Today's is not bad. All right, what do you know about lines that are parallel? Anybody know anything about lines that are parallel?
They never come.
They don't ever cross. They have the same, what? Slope. If they're parallel lines, they have the exact same slope. Okay? Like this, they would never cross because they're slanted the exact same amount. Okay? So parallel lines have the same slope. So this problem, I think, and we're only dealing with parallel lines today. Tomorrow's perpendicular. So I've got two types of problems. We'll do several of each. Now, it says, are these lines parallel? Hey, they look like they might be, but looks can be deceiving, right? So we're going to actually test it out and see. How do I find the slope of each line? Let's see if they have the same slope. How do you find the slope? Anybody? Subtract your y's, and then what do you do in the bottom?
Subtract your x.
Subtract your x's. Okay. So let's know.
Square root.
No, that's a distance formula. Yeah, you'll just divide. So what are my y's? Let's look at these two ordered pairs. What are my y's? Okay, so I'll do, he said -4 and 3, so I'll subtract in that order. That means when I go to do the x's, what do I have to do? -1 minus -3. Okay, so again, -4 minus 3. Since he started in that order, I had to start with -1 minus -3. What happened there? Yeah, I just changed it. You could have typed that in your calculator though. Okay, what is -4 minus 3? Negative 7. And what is negative 1 plus 3?
Two.
2. That is the slope, negative 7 halves. That is the slope of line 2. It says L2. Is everybody okay with that one? What am I going to do now with the other line?
X.
Yeah, I'm going to subtract some y's, subtract some x's, and compare. What are my y's on L1?
5 and negative.
Okay, so 5 minus negative 4. Okay, that's 5 minus negative 4. And then I have to go in the same order. So what is that one?
Negative 1 and 2.
Negative 1 minus 2. I get 9 over negative 3.
If it's a negative, you just add a plus sign.
Yeah, when it becomes minus a negative, or I could have typed that in my calculator. Negative 5, I'm sorry, that was 5. 5 minus negative 4 would have still given me 9. I could have written that down. I just keep change. Now, are these going to be the same thing? Are those slopes the same? No. So are those lines parallel? No. Remember, parallel lines have the same slope. So let's do one more of those, okay? We're trying to see if they have the same slope. All right. Are y'all cold in here? No, y'all are fine. All right. Let's look at these. They just give me a list of ordered pairs. They say, okay, those first 2 points, there was something on there. The first 2 points, A and B, let's see if they're parallel. So what do I do with those? I'll do 6 minus 2. Since I went in that order,
Negative 13 minus negative 1.
negative 13
plus
minus negative 1, which y'all, you could just enter it on your calculator, okay? So what is 6 minus 2?
6 minus 2, 4.
4, and what's negative 13 plus 1?
Negative 12.
And then if I reduced it, I didn't reduce earlier, but that would be negative 1/3. Is everybody okay with that one? There's the slope of line 3 using those 2 points. Now let me look at line 4. All right, let's subtract the y's there. What one do you want to start with? How about 7 minus 6? And then what are my x's?
6 minus
So 6 minus 3. What is 7 minus 6?
1.
And what is 6 minus 3?
3.
But it's, oh yeah, it is positive. I was thinking they were going to be the same. Okay, 1 over 3. So, are those parallel? They're not. They're not the exact same number. That's a negative 1/3, it's going down. What's that one?
Going
A
up.
positive 1/3, it's going up. They are not going in the same direction at all. They're going to do that right there. That is not parallel lines. Okay? They have to be the exact same slope. If I got 1/3 and 1/3, then what would I know about those two lines? They're parallel. Is everybody okay with the first problem? All right. So the first thing we've learned, parallel lines have the exact same slope. Now, let's look at the other problem. Okay, write an equation of a parallel line. All right, this is kind of like the first one. So they give me a point and they give me a slope. What's my slope?
Negative 3.
Negative 3. If they're parallel lines, they have the same slope. I have parallel lines, so what do I know about the slope? It's going to be the same thing. It's negative 3. Okay, so that's all you had to do. Figure out what's the slope. There it is. So now how do you write your equation? You'll go y minus your y value. Here, let me write it out first. That way you'll know where it's coming from. So y minus, what's my y value over there?
5.
8.
Oh, over there.
Yeah. New point. You got a new line. That's what matters. Once I take that slope, that doesn't matter anymore. Okay? So y minus 8 equals my slope,
Negative
negative 1.
negative 3. And then x minus, what's my x value?
3. Negative 1.
So does everybody see why I changed that to plus?
Yes.
Okay, now maybe I can leave my equation like that. I bet they change it. Let me see what they do. Nope, they leave it. They leave it like that, okay? So if you have an answer, you can leave it in point slope form. What if it told me to go to slope intercept form? What would I have to do?
Multiply.
Yeah, the same thing we did earlier. Now this one, this is the correct answer. Unless it tells you to rewrite it a certain way, or if you have multiple choice, like you might have to rearrange it. So y minus 8, that's negative 3x minus 3. Then what do you do?
You add
Add 8. Add 8. So y equals negative 3x plus 5. That's your equation. Or this one was okay as well because it didn't say what kind to write it in. Okay, do we get this?
Yes.
Do y'all want one more? But you might not. But I'm going to do one more. Okay, and then that's it for the day. I'm going to give you a paper. Test is Friday. If you want your study guide early, I'm trying to think. I might have your study guide already printed. Okay, one more piece. So, this one right here. It says, what's the equation of a line? It's parallel to this. And here's my new point. This is what's important in my new slope, or in my slope. What's the slope of this one? Negative, what's in front of the x?
1.
Negative 1. Okay, my slope is negative 1. Is everybody okay with that? So, let me write my equation. Y minus my y value, 3, equals my slope.
-1.
And you don't have to put the 1, you could just put the negative sign. And then x minus,
-5.
so I'll change it to x plus 5. And again, you can leave it like that. Unless it tells you to rearrange it. Do I need to rearrange it or is everybody okay with
Will
it?
it tell us to rearrange it on paper or no?
Let me see what it says on your paper. Geometry. So this one says, are these parallel? Are these parallel? What two lines are parallel? Okay, this one will tell you put it in point slope form. So you would leave it just like that. Number 5 says, what's the equation in point slope form? So you'll leave it just like that. Number 6, put it in point slope form. You leave it just like that. Number 7's a word problem. All of them are point slope form. Okay? Is everybody okay with that? So that makes it easier. You don't have to rearrange. There's one difficult one that I didn't go over. Number 3. This one, so it says, which two lines are parallel? Y'all, in order for you to tell, and I'm not going to do them, but I want to show you what to do. In order, there's 1, 2, 3. Everybody see the 3 equations? The lines are parallel if they have the same slope. I have to solve all of these for y. Does everybody understand that? I can't, that slope is not 2. It is not. It's 2/5. Okay? That slope is not 3. It's something else. That slope, I can't even begin to tell what it is. Okay? What do you have to do? You have to solve each equation for y. Alright? How do you solve this one right here? How do you get y by itself?
You add.
Yeah, you're going to add the 3x. Okay?
2.
And then what are you going to do with that 5? Divide everything by 5. So I'm going to let you try that one. But remember, you'll have to get y by itself. You have to move your equation around. Okay? So I kind of started you on those. That one you only have one step. That one you only have one step. Remember, the slope's the number in front of x. The number in front of x. The number in front of x. Okay? So you're just trying to see, hey, 2 of these lines are parallel, I think. So which ones are they? And the word problem that you'll have. Okay, this one, let me just read over it with you. So make sure you're paying attention because it seems like, my goodness, what in the world do I do? Okay, it's not a difficult problem. It says, you've got 2 rocket launchers. They have a base in the stand. And so one launcher has a 4-inch base with a 10-inch stand. That's an ordered pair, y'all. Okay, let me get the ordered pairs. The other has a 6-inch base and a 15-inch stand. Explain why the 2 rockets launched could follow parallel paths. But let me see. In the form of an L. Okay. So, 2 rocket launchers with a base and stand in the form of an L, and you have a diagonal. That's the slope of each. Okay? So I'll help you with your first one. One launcher has a 4-inch base, so if this is 0.00, this one I would be at over 4 up 0. And this one has a 10-inch stand. Did everybody see my first two ordered pairs? Okay, that's for the 4-inch base and the 10-inch stand. So can you find the slope of that line? You could find the slope of that line. Okay, then what are you gonna do with the other ones?
This one.
The same thing, you're gonna have two ordered pairs. So this one's gonna be 6, 0, and 0, 15. Okay? That would be that one. And what are you gonna do with those two ordered pairs? Find the slope of that one.
Is that the one you use like y minus y?
Yeah, all you have to do is subtract your y's in the top, subtract the x's in the bottom, subtract the y's in the top, subtract the x's in the bottom. And so are they gonna follow a parallel path? Don't answer it out loud. All you have to do is see if the slopes are the same.
Will you do like that?
Yeah, I will. Okay, so here is your, let me stop my video. Oops.